I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Can you hear me okay over here? Okay, yay. Okay. With over 30 years of experience in the business. With over 30 years of experience in the business, Daycare Chronicles 101 Hotline is here for you. 1-800-679-4034.
So we're going to be very intentional and deliberate, right? There's some stuff we're going to do every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday. We're going to be very intentional and deliberate, and we're not going to let success happen to us. We're going to go take it. We made something that didn't exist before. We created it.
Hello, everybody. I'm doing good. I hope everybody else is doing good. How are you, Miss Melody? Thank you for having us. I'm so excited. I don't even know what to do with myself. Oh, yes. Let me turn it up for you some more. I'm going to try again. How about now? Is that better? Good, good. Okay. All right. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for having us. Like Miss Natasha was mentioning, yes, we do try to make sure that we implement not only a holistic approach. And when we say holistic, we do a little bit of everything: social, emotional, educational. We have parent programs. We have all kinds of things at Natalia Rice Academy that we try to offer to our parents as well as our students, because we believe in supporting parents and their families, both immediate and extended, because it takes a village to raise kids. And so we try to make sure that we are supporting that village and not just the children. So it's very important for us to be able to model that and share that information with parents and extended families, so that way we are able to make sure that we are supporting our families from that holistic approach. All right. So I am a licensed mental health counselor, as Miss Melody mentioned. I have been practicing mental health now roughly about 8 years. I'm also an infant toddler developmental specialist as well. I did that for about 3 or 4 years. And what an infant toddler developmental specialist is that we just work with children. I work with a program here in Jacksonville called Early Steps, and we worked with children that were at risk for or had developmental delays to try to support the family in their natural environments to be able to help the children get to their best potential, not what everybody else expected. I'm also a mom. I have two children. I have a 16-year-old who is on the spectrum. He has autism. And then I have a 9-year-old as well, daughter. My oldest is a boy, of course. And so outside of that, mental health is one of my passions. I really enjoy seeing people's growth and progress, seeing the healing and all of that stuff that comes with my job and in my profession. And then I also love the opposite side of it, which is kind of like my chill time with the children, as being able to see them grow and develop and to see their families grow and develop as well. It's a pleasure. It's a blessing to be able to see that. So that's just a little bit about Miss Frances. I think what really interests me in mental health is so mine is a trickulation effect. So of course we have parents, and all some of us are parents, and so I think about mental health from an adult standpoint and how we struggle with things, of course, childhood traumas and healing and all of that stuff, and then we think about our children. And we are their teachers. So if we're struggling with mental health and issues of that nature, then that means that our children at some point in time will be displaying the same kinds of behaviors or different things like that. So it interests me to be able to see how we as adults can work through our own mental health issues and concerns, and then that way we can teach our children, or to identify within our children at times when they may be struggling with things that are mental health related, that might just be what me and Miss Natasha's focuses on a lot are behaviors, and how some of those behaviors come in from mental health issues or different things like that that may be present at home that other people are not dealing with or speaking on. So that is one of the main things that intrigue me about mental health in general, but then full circle with the families. So I float. So it really just depends on the day of the week, honestly. I am her ace boon coon, so I am typically wearing many hats while I'm there. From the back end stuff, working on the paperwork end of it, to maybe even being in the classroom or floating. Like tomorrow, for instance, Monday, I'm with my 3 to 5 year olds. And so we will be I've actually got all my little stuff together. I'm working on it now. Getting all my stuff together to partner with them in the afternoon, teaching them just different things when it comes to their social emotional development. We talk about all of that. That's in our curriculum. We also do small groups with them. We have independent learning. So we do a lot, art, develop everything. We do it all with them. So that's what my day is like tomorrow, most of the time. So yes, yes, ma'am. Getting ready for tomorrow. Okay, yes, I can share that a little bit with that. That's Miss Natasha's main area. So when she jumps on, she'll definitely break it down in a more detailed thing. But for right now, so we have it's the Calm Kids Club. They changed the name. She would kill me if she heard me say the commonplace, Natalia. So we have changed it. And so a little bit about that program is what we do is we try to, in general, create a safe space and environment for our children, and then we try to get them to be in touch with themselves, their feelings, their emotions, and things of that nature. So we talk to them about and demonstrate with them about how to manage their feelings and their emotions. We give them techniques and tools to be able to help them manage those emotions. I say, for instance, there may be a child that might be upset. We might, help them find their centers. We help them breathe with breathing. We also help them find their candles, and then they have to blow their candles out. So when they blow the candles out, it kind of helps them to breathe, even though they don't know that they're breathing. And then that kind of helps them calm down and help them to um, kind of deal with that way. We can get them calm enough to be able to talk to them about whatever their emotion was or whatever was upsetting them. Also, letting them know that it's okay to have those emotions. But once we do get those emotions, how should we handle that? What would be best for you? We try to make sure that our children have voices. We don't want them to be closed off. We want them to be able to express themselves. And so the Calm Kids Club helps them with that. They also do a lot of, they have yoga mats. So they do a lot of posing and, relaxing states and things like that to kind of help them with that as well. So that's kind of in a nutshell a little bit about the Calm Kids Club that we have at Natalia Rice Academy.
Hello, listen. Let me share this with y'all. Let me tell y'all about Miss Natasha. Technology is not her friend. I am learning. I am taking baby steps every day to get this thing together, but I am here. Bless you, baby. Okay, so I am Natasha Hunter. I am the owner. I know, baby. And I am the owner of Natalia Rice Academy. I have it's more than 15 years of experience, whether it's from a counseling standpoint, a developmental standpoint. I have worked in numerous areas when it comes to families, development, learning, and education. And so I saw that there was a need in the childcare industry. And it's something that I have always wanted to do. And so about 5 years ago, I decided to birth Natalia Rice Academy. And so at Natalia Rice Academy, we provide a holistic approach to families and our teachers. So we believe in the concept of it takes a village to raise a child. And so that's what we stand on. No copies. No copies. No copies. So in the commonplace, the commonplace is ran by my 10-year-old. And in the commonplace, we focus on social emotional development. We focus on providing the children with strategies and tools to help them from a mental health perspective. But not only that, even when I was in the counseling sector, I found that I could provide my students with tools. I could even provide the teachers with tools. But at the end of the day, I needed to provide my parents with tools as well. That was the only way that I knew that whatever tools I was providing a child with was going to be effective. So in the commonplace, we also have a parenting piece where we share with them the benefits of the social emotional development, why it is important, why having a voice is important, why implementing these tools within the home is important. And so our parents have definitely bought into this concept, and my daughter has done an amazing job. Hold on, baby. My daughter has done an amazing job of implementing it. So what we typically do is we sit down and we say, okay, what are we going to do for that month? And I practice the skills with her, and then she implement the skills herself with the other students. So yes, ma'am, that's the commonplace. Yes. Hmm? Okay. Oh no, it's okay. Absolutely. And so let's see. It's a domino effect. That's how I look at it. So from a leadership standpoint, I'm a firm believer that if the head is not in order, then nothing else will be in order. So my mental health is just as important as everybody else that's falling under me. So I have to make sure that I'm practicing and implementing the proper tools so that I can lead my team effectively so that then they can teach my babies. And so at the end of the day, we're learning because I found that Miss Frances and we're not able to we can implement our mental health background, but because of HIPAA, we're not able to do the mental health with the students. But there's always a rhyme to the reason, and we always should learn how to connect the dots. So we went out and sought out some community resources to be able to bring in some of those mental health pieces for some of our children that might need it. So let me say this. We have not added the Head Start piece. We're actually in the process of adding the Head Start piece. Yes, ma'am. However, even for some of our students, okay, so let me back up. I purposefully planted the center in a high need area. I did it on purpose. Yeah, I could have opened the center in some other areas, but I knew just from my developmental background and being in the homes with families that there was a high need in that area. That's not to say that some of the centers that's in that area is not considered high quality, but I believe in high quality and excellence. Okay, and so that's one of the reasons why I decided to pick the area that I picked. I believe that all children should receive quality education, no matter where they live at. I believe that excellence across the board should be modeled no matter where you live at. So at the end of the day, when we planted where we planted, it was very intentional. And because we planted where we planted, a lot of our students walk away from our VPK program highly ready for in the areas of reading and math. I'm not sure if anyone has read the stats for Duval County and the children that transition into the public school sector, but it's very concerning and alarming. Friend, I'm on the phone. And so because of that, I made sure that we have a math coach in place. We have a reading coach in place. Now, the reading coach services is a free service to our students. And the reading coach is actually a 25 vetted Duval County public school teacher and tester. Okay. The math coach is a math teacher in Duval County public schools. So my students, I can only speak for my students, but our history is very rich when it comes to our students moving from the childcare sector into Duval County public schools, into the private sector. When I say that our students are ready from an educational standpoint, from a social emotional standpoint, our students got it. And I have the data to prove it. Hi. So, here's my thoughts. I believe that our teachers should be trained on the importance of mental health. And I'm speaking from the stance of their mental health. Because, see, if they can identify their mental health, then they're able to identify the mental health needs of the students in their classroom. Okay. I always tell my teachers, when you walk through the doors of Natalia Rice Academy, you have to leave your problems outside the door, because now you have a bigger picture that you should be looking at inside the classroom. And so if, for whatever reason, Miss Frances and I have not provided our teachers with those tools, then they're not able to effectively do the things that need to be done in the classroom from a learning standpoint, from a social emotional standpoint, from a standpoint just from a bigger picture, from a whole picture standpoint. So I believe that it is important that we train our teachers on the importance of mental health and what it looks like, how to define it, and then provide them with some tools inside the classroom through modeling, through resources, so that everyone can be impacted by mental health. Hello, everyone. My name is Natasha Hunter. I am the owner of Natalia Rice Academy, and I am an entrepreneur. I'm also a wife, and I'm a dog mom.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Miss Frances. I am a licensed mental health therapist, mom of two, one of special needs. I'm not a dog mom. I gave my dog to my mom. She needed the dog more than I did. But outside of that, I just have a love for children. I have a love for families, and I have a love for mental health. So that's Miss Frances.
All right. So what you see here is my daughter renamed it. It's the Calm Cool Kids Club. I'm still trying to get it together, but anyway, I call it the Calming Place. And so at the Calming Place is for our babies anywhere between the ages of 3 and up. And they're able to come in and do what we consider, what we call social emotional classes. So social emotional development. We provide social emotional tools. We provide social emotional. regulation tools. We play social emotional games. We provide them with languages for emotions. We do some deep breathing. We do a lot of mindfulness. And then we also provide them with ways to, those big emotions that children tend to have. Hold on, friend. Yes, those big emotions that children tend to have. We teach them how to regulate those big emotions. And so whether that's through breathing techniques, expressing themselves, or we even have a whole entire classroom now that's centered around social emotional development. And so that's what the Calming Place is. It's a place for children to be able to come in, let their hair down, and just be themselves. And so my daughter, who is 10, is the owner of the Calming Place. And so I typically will, like I was saying before, we sit down throughout the week or right before it's time for classes to start, and we talk about what it is that she's wanting to do in that class. And so, for an example, our last class, we allowed our thoughts to float away, those negative thoughts that just do not line up with whatever our happy thoughts is what we called it. And so they were able to lay down, and we went through a whole entire layout of how to take those emotions and those worries and put them in a jar. And so we created worry jars. And so that's what the skills class, and so that's what the skills class is. At the end, if you look at the calendar, it says the skill. No, don't move. Hold on, please. And so what we do is there's a skills class. And in that skills class, whatever skill that they have been learning, we take that and we apply it to a skill. So again, like I said before, in September, they had a worry jar that we post. And so they were able to take that worry jar home. And we basically provided the parents with the tools that they needed within the home environment with the worry jar and how the worry jar works in the home. And so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. This month, we're doing some slime, some sensory slime that's going to smell extremely good. And so again, like I said before, inside that classroom, you will find anything and all things social emotional development. And what my daughter did was the money that the children pay for the actual class, which is like, I think $10 or so a month. I can't necessarily remember. She took that money and she put it back into her business. And so she put it back into her business. And so now we have an entire classroom that's set up with nothing but, like I said before, social emotional tools. But we take it a step further. We also teach our teachers why social emotional development is important, how to tie that into their classroom, and what kind of tools. So in every classroom, there is a social emotional area or center for children to be able to go into, that where they can practice breathing or practice being upset or whatever the situation might be. I think sometimes when we see children upset, we automatically want to respond and give them that's not, children have big emotions just like we have big emotions. And so the goal as an adult is to teach that child what it is and how to handle those big emotions. So that's what the Calming Place is.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes to breathing, it depends on. So I like to use this one where we focus in on. Well, you have to sit in a chair and sit up posture and stuff like that. But so you would sit yourself up into a chair. You would close your eyes, and it's a mindfulness activity. but you can practice breathing in it. And so what you would do is that you would sit in the chair straight up, you would close your eyes, and then you would just begin to breathe in through your nose. Hold it for a second, and then out through your mouth. And then you would breathe in through your nose again, and then out through your mouth. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're relaxed. So make sure that your arms are relaxed, that you're not tense, and that you're sitting comfortable. And once you find yourself kind of centered, whatever thoughts that you have, you can just take notice of whatever thoughts that you have, no matter what they are. And so we do that for roughly about 3 to 5 minutes if I was in a group and we were doing it. And then what we would do is we would talk about some of the thoughts that we were thinking about, what came to mind, and different things like that. And then what we could do with that activity is something that me and Miss Natasha had discussed, is to think about, if what are the thoughts that are coming in? Are they negative thoughts? Are they positive thoughts? And then you can kind of put them into a category where um, we could just kind of, what's the word? It just makes you more aware, makes you more mindful of what's going on in your body and what's going on in your mind. And so we do that for a small period of time. And that's just one breathing exercise that we could do. We have others, but just that I like to do.
Can
Early.
you breathe? We starting.
Early.
But Miss Melody, we have a exercise that we would like to do with everyone. So we want everyone to grab a pencil and a piece of paper.
So we'll give everybody a few minutes to do that. This gonna be fun, y'all.
All right, friends. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to write down everything you're thinking about. All right. So once you have wrote down everything that you're thinking about, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to write down all the behaviors that you have encountered today in the classroom from others. Okay, friend. Okay, friend. I'll repeat that. I'm sorry. I want you to write down all the behaviors you've encountered today or in a classroom from others, just across the board. Write them all down. All right. So next thing I want you to do is I want you to write down everything that you're grateful for. Okay. Now, I want you to look at your list and I want you to think about out of all these three things, which one takes up the most space in your mind? And you can kind of categorize it. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, starting with the one that takes up the most space all the way down to the least amount of space. Okay. So now that you have sat back and you thought about everything that you were thinking about today, you thought about the behaviors of others, maybe even the students in your classroom with some behavior concerns, and then the things that you're grateful for. Out of those three things, you identified which one takes up the most space versus the least amount of space. So then I want you to think about being mindful versus having a mindful. Okay. So this could operate from an individual standpoint, it can operate from a child standpoint, and it can operate from a being in the classroom standpoint. So you're basically, Francis, take over for me.
Miss Frances, if you could check your
Right.
mic.
Got you.
Perfect.
Sorry about that. So when you think about mindful is things that are matters of the heart. And when you think about mindful, FULL, those are things that take up space in our minds. So that hopefully that helps you guys to be able to categorize or break it down a little bit easier.
So let's think about it from a child standpoint first. You have a child in your classroom. They're irate. They're running across the classroom. They're hollering and screaming. You're in the classroom. Hello? Oh, okay. When you're in the class, if you have a mind full, which is MINDFULL, you're going to look at that child's behaviors as an attack against you versus actually looking at the way they're going to try to communicate with you. See, when a child is not full, you're going to see behaviors that mirror that of a child that's in a full cup. But as an adult, I'm old. As an adult, can you guys hear me now?
I hear music playing. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, Miss Melanie, do you want me to say that again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have a child in your, because we're talking about mental health today. So I wanted to take it from a child standpoint, an adult standpoint, and then wrap it back around ways in which we could be mindful. MINFUL. So from a child standpoint, friend, thank you. From a child standpoint, you have a child in your classroom, or even your child is acting out. They're running around, they flipping, they hollering and screaming, but that's because their cup is not full. And whereas the teacher, if their mind is full of things before they walk inside the classroom, they're going to look at that as an attack on them instead of looking at it as a way in which the child is trying to communicate something is not right in their standpoint. Friend, I can't hear. So at the end of the day, we have to make sure, the reason that I did this exercise is because I believe it is very important that even from an adult standpoint, and this is one of the reasons why I ask my teachers before they walk in the door to make sure that they empty out their mind. Because when a child is in the classroom and their cup is not full, we're going to see behaviors that we do not like, right? So even if we see those behaviors that we do not like, if we are mindful, we will practice social emotional development and apply those tools that we need to apply in order to help that child's cup get full. And we can't go from the standpoint of that's not my responsibility, because when that parent drops that child off, they're dropping them off believing that you're creating this safe environment for them. Okay. And so that's why it's important that every day before you walk into whatever environment, be the classroom environment, your work environment, that you think about the things that you're mindful of and the things that keeps your mind full, because a mindful person operates from a heart standpoint, okay? But a person with a mind full operates from a distraction standpoint. So they never have an opportunity to be in tune with the children in their classroom because their mind is always full. But if they are mindful, meaning they're grateful, okay, that's one of the reasons why I had you identify the things that you're grateful for, because I wanted you to be able to identify how many things in your mind is filling up, that's taking up space, that is not a matter of the heart, versus how many things in your mind is not taking up space that deals with our heart, okay? That might just be a little distraction that we need to handle, okay? And so again, like I said before, this is an exercise that we do frequently. This is an exercise that I do with children to teach them how to learn how to reverse their mind, okay? And put them in a position where they're always finding ways to be grateful for things and removing those distractions that won't matter tomorrow. You know, I think so many times from a teacher or educational standpoint, we walk in, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay the bills. I'm having some problems with my children at home. I'm stressed out, and that leaks out on the children. You know, and I always tell my staff, my children don't care about what you got going on at home. All they want to know is that you care about them and you're creating this safe environment for them. And the only way that we as educators can create a safe environment for our children is that we are in a posture of being mindful. Okay. Meaning we're dumping out all the old and replacing it with the new. The new being those things that we're so grateful for. I'm grateful for a job. I'm grateful that I'm able to have a check every day. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my coworkers. I'm grateful for my child, even though they might not make the best choices. So at the end of the day, we have to get to this place where we're in a posture where we're grateful. And we don't look at children's behaviors as a means of an attack on us in the classroom, but we look at it as an outlet of their cup not being full, and we as educators trying to figure out ways to fill their cup. So that's our exercise. Any questions?
Ooh-wee. Oh wow, that I'm taking back. Let me be honest with you. I'm taking back. You said a lot about being mindful versus having a mind full. And then going through this exercise was spot on. And listening to you, you're absolutely right when it comes to early childhood education and really the childcare industry in regards to caring for children. Parents are dropping the children off for us to care for them and educate them to the best of our ability. So they're not concerned about what you're concerned about, because when they drop their child off to you, they wanted you to care for them. And definitely what you stated about operating from a heart space. If you're operating from a heart space, then you can be mindful of what's going on around you and ensuring that the children are okay, because then you're able to focus totally on their needs. Honey, this was a bit much, girl. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, when you said that you started teaching the children or working with them with this activity, wow. Is it preschoolers, or you're even sitting down with the 1 and 2 year olds?
No, we start with the preschoolers, merely because I feel like that they can grasp the concept a little bit better. But then we also add value to it by giving the parents the tools as well. So at the end of the day, it's very important, again, like I said before, that, you know, you can teach a child a lot of things. And they go home and they try to show their parents, "Hey, learn how to breathe today." And the parent like, "What?" But if we're showing them, touch your belly, feel yourself breathing, look at your chest. Can you feel it coming out of your nose? Do you see it? Can you hear it? They then go back and show this to their parent. And then their parents sit down with them and they practice the skill together.
Mm.
It's a whole domino effect. Yes.
I absolutely love it. Oh my goodness. I can't even realize. I don't want to realize it, but I can't act like I don't see it. We're going into the top of the hour. Miss Natasha, Miss Frances. Next time when we come back on in 2 weeks, I'm gonna just sit in the audience and I'm gonna just cut the camera on, because to be able to capture this and to go back over and to now have a tool to use to not only work for myself but for children. No wonder you guys are on the news and everybody wants to come to the Natalia Rice Academy. Like, you are awesome. I need to find my horn. Hold on, Miss Frances. Hold on, let me find my horn. Ladies, I want to say thank you so much. I'm really full. I'm full right now. And what else would you love to share with us for tonight? Or what is one other thing that you want to share with us for tonight?
So one of the things that we wanted to leave you guys with, and just something that we wanted you to think about, is maybe we can table this at our next session. But how are you being intentional about your mental health? Mental health is something that we don't take seriously enough. We see it all the time. We see it happening in our environments, our communities, and so on and so forth. And so I know we talk a lot about mental health, but we need to be more intentional about our mental health. So one of the things we wanted to know is how are you being intentional with your mental health? And when we talk about that, we're talking about self-care. We're talking about healing. We're talking about if you need to seek a therapist, find someone to help you work through your things. Because like Miss Natasha says, when you come into the classroom, the children don't know your history. They don't know your background. They don't know what happened to you prior to you coming in. And honestly, they shouldn't know. And so we just want to make sure that as adults, as educators, as wives and mothers and aunties, or whatever your roles are, that you're being intentional about your mental health and taking care of your mental health, whatever that looks like for you. So we just wanted to know next time if you guys could come up with some stuff to share. What are you doing with your mental health and how are you being intentional? So that was one of the questions that I had, or we had for everybody. Miss Natasha, did you have any more questions?
No, I just wanted to leave everyone. I just wanted to leave everyone with this. On this self-care Sunday, okay, I hope that you'll give yourself permission to release everyone else's expectations of you as a person. I hope you sit in silence and you gain some clarity, right? And you honor the essence of who you are as a person, as a human being. And then in all of that, you find your most authentic self because you deserve love just like everyone else. You deserve to be valued, you deserve to be appreciated. But at the end of the day, like Miss Frances said, how are you showing up every day? What are you doing to take care of yourself every day so that you're not bleeding on everyone else that's around you? Because at the end of the day, you matter just like everyone else. And so we cannot pour from an empty cup. It is so important that we figure out ways and we connect the dots on things that will help us keep our cup full so that then we can spill over into other people. So that we hope that you guys have enjoyed this. We hope to see you back in 2 weeks. This is something that Miss Frances and we are so passionate about. We absolutely love mental health. We absolutely love little people. We love empowering families. We love providing them with the tools that they need to ensure that their children are successful, and also that they too are successful as parents. And so we hope that you have enjoyed this information. But at the end of the day, we hope that you're able to take this information and apply it to your life, apply it to your classroom, apply it to those who are around you, because you matter, they matter, everyone matters. And so on this National Mental Health Day, we hope that tomorrow you walk in the doors of your childcare center or your job or wherever you are, and you remember that at the end of the day, you matter. So thank you so much for your time.
We thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know what we could have done on today without you two. I want to say thank you both for being a part of the Early Childhood Educators Circle Time. I'll say for myself, today was a circle time that was needed. I enjoyed the breathing activity. So everybody, please go back and look at the replay so that you can get the tips on breathing from Ms. Frances. Go back and make sure that you look at the replay so that you can get the journal activity from what Miss Natasha did. You don't have to go back and listen to me, but you just need to come back and listen to Miss Natasha and Miss Frances. Both of them are mental health professionals. I mean, by professional, they went to school. So they went to school a long time to learn about mental health and be able to provide. But the most awesome thing for me is that not only did they go to school for mental health, they have married that with early childhood education and are providing care for so many children in the Jacksonville, Florida area. So before we go, Miss Natasha, if you could tell them about the NRA Academy, please.
Absolutely. So Natalia Rice Academy is a holistic learning academy. And so at Natalia Rice Academy, we provide education, parent education tools, tools for students, from a math coach to a reading coach to parent education skills to, if you can think of it, we probably offer it at Natalia Rice Academy. We have a passion and a love for empowering others, such as our parents, our students. We mirror this excellent approach. We want anyone that walks through the doors of Natalia Rice Academy to feel welcome, to feel loved, and to feel supported. So we thank you for your time.
Thank you, both of you all for being here on today for Mental Health Day, and then not only that, being willing to come back again and share. And I hope you come back another time and another time, even if it's just 12 times a year, once a month, because what you are doing at the Natalia Rice Academy, as I stated to you, Natasha, since day one, is awesome. No copies. Make sure that you are visiting their website. You have a IG and a Facebook, and they are almost really going live just about every single day, providing information not only just for the children and families there, but for the world. So please follow them. Miss Natasha, if you can let them know where else to find you guys at.
Sure, you can find us at 320 Jumper Drive in Jacksonville, Florida. Like Miss Melanie said, we definitely have our website at www.nraacademy.org. And then you can also find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. We also have a Google business page. And so again, we so look forward to partnering with each and every one of you. Ms. Frances and I are in the process of creating tools for childcare providers. So in the near future, we will be providing training for individuals that are looking for opportunities to just create this excellent approach. So yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I hear you say that you're providing something for the childcare providers? I want to make sure I heard that correctly. No copies. Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am, we are. Ms. Frances and I are in the process of putting trainings together for childcare providers.
Wow. This is awesome. Miss Natasha, Miss Frances, I thank you both so much for everything that you've shared, and also for everybody who has been tuning in. Thank you. Thank you for the comments, and thank you for appreciating what Miss Natasha and Miss Frances has provided. Mind you, they only given us a 1 hour snippet of what they do every day with children, every single day. And I hope that you all are encouraged, and especially for parents that have children, I hope that you are also encouraged and look up to what Miss Natasha was able to do with her daughter, because I definitely am, hoping that you can make whatever you do a family affair. I believe that is just so awesome. So everyone, we are getting ready to go, but before we go, I'm just going to share some more information on what is going on at the NRA Academy. Miss Frances, if you can let them know all about this trunk or treat.
Absolutely. So at the Natalia Rice Academy, we have care engagement of PTO, what most people may call PTE, that I actually help run. And so we are hosting a trunk or treat activity for the parents. So what they're doing is they're decorating their trunks. We're providing a fun-filled evening, for a safe, fun-filled evening for our children, to be able to just dress up, non-scary, of course, have them bounce houses and just get all kinds of treats and things that they want. And so we're going to do that with our children for the Halloween holiday. And then whoever has the best trunk actually gets a gift card. So we added a little incentive in there to try to get the parents to participate. So yes, that's our trunk or treat that we have. And it's typically our fall festival, but due to COVID, we're being creative and innovative. And so we thought this would be a safer way to be able to engage our families and to show our children a great time.
Miss Melanie, can I say something? I think so. And you can say something?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. And so I want to also talk about our PTO program. Okay. You hear a lot of times where you have childcare providers that say parents just don't want to be involved. Parents do not want to be engaged. They just really don't want to know. Well, I'm here to tell you that sometimes that's just not true. They want to feel like you're on their team. And so when parents feel like that you're on their team, you create this thing called a PTO. And so at Natalia Rice Academy, we have a PTO program that is ran by Miss Octavia Talton and Miss Whitney Slaughter. Those are our parents. And so it's strictly ran by our parents for our parents. So a lot of the flyers and a lot of the programs and a lot of the things that we put into the center, they're brought on merely by our parents saying, hey, we need this. What can you do to bring this to the center? And so a lot of the flyers and different things like that you see, it's from our parents. Really, we have a very strong parent engagement, parent involvement, parent participation, the flyer that you just saw was done by a parent. A lot of the meetings and things that we do, they're ran by parents. They're at the center. And so I want to encourage a lot of childcare providers to start trying very creative ways to get your parents engaged and get them involved, because they are really the word of mouth for your center. They really market your center very well. And so again, I think it's important, even though I know we're talking about mental health, but I even want to shout out, I always talk about, I always talk about connecting the dots and connecting the circles. In order for you to run an excellent center, you need a Frances in your life, which I'm speaking of the Frances that's on this call, because she helped me as the visionary to do the things that I need to do to be who I need to be. And at moments where I don't feel like being, she always kicks me and tell me to come on, let's go. And then you need a PTO team in place that can take the weight off of you and tell you what programs you need to put in place in order to help them thrive as parents. Because guess what? Thriving parents have thriving children. And so at the end of the day, I think it is very important that as we're in this spirit of trying to create this excellent approach and these excellent programs, that we don't forget about our parents, and we don't forget about those background people that help us as visionaries look good. And so I know we're live, but I personally want to thank Frances for everything that she do to keep me afloat. And then I also want to thank my PTO team, because without them, I'm nothing. And so again, like I said before, Natalia Rice Academy is on the map. Natalia Rice Academy is doing amazing things, but Natalia Rice Academy is only doing those amazing things because they allow me as the visionary to do vision. And so personally, I want to thank each and every one of them, all the way from the parents, all the way up to Miss Frances, all the way to my teachers, for just being who they be and just riding this vision of life, this thing called life with me. Because yeah, it is my vision, it is my baby, but I believe that God positions people to help you birth out the very things that you need to do in your life. So again, I just wanted to add that piece in there. Thank you.
You too are giving it to me today, and I'm so grateful to know you, so grateful to know what you're doing in Jacksonville. And the part about it is that you're sharing it with the world. Everybody, thus far on today, you have gotten a little background about these ladies. You have gotten a breathing technique. to help you with your baby? I asked Miss Natasha, how young does she start? And she said, if they're breathing. So that means you can start from infancy all the way up until the last breath to make sure that you're remaining calm. Not only did you get the tips, went through a journaling exercise over the past hour to help you to be able to center and focus your thoughts on whether you are mindful or if your mind is full. Along with that, learning the importance of the African proverb. If you want to go, because Miss Natasha was one of the ones that introduced it to me. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with others. And as a visionary leader, recognizing your director of operations, your parent, PTO, Miss Octavia, I saw her here in the studio with us on tonight, and then also see her over in Clubhouse. So Miss Octavia, I just want to shout you out. Thank you so much. Clearly, she is doing what she does. I mean, sis was here inside the studio, the virtual studio with us, and now has signed up for Clubhouse. And in the midst of signing up for Clubhouse, she joined the Early Childhood Educator Circle Time. She is about it, and I'm so thankful to know you, Miss Octavia Towson, and I hope to get to hear from you maybe the next time, talking about building this community, because you all are doing it up from just giving the children a voice. And I know that you're doing it up because your daughter took all of what she earned and poured it right back into the center. And now you have these spaces across in every classroom. That is absolutely amazing. And for me, it talks all about your integrity as a parent, as a mother, as a person, as a business owner, and an educator. That your child saw fit to say that, okay, my needs are met. And even though I have this skill set and I can gain from it, that I'm going to pour back into the children and the families. And it's just simply amazing. And to know right there beside you, the director of operations has a mental health background, but as she stated, tomorrow morning, she's going to go in the room with the 3 to 5 year olds. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. In all of my 20 years, I have not ran across a person who has had a mental health background and then has married that with early childhood education. So my hats are off to the Natalia Rice Academy, and I am excited that you guys are taking what you're doing and making no copies, but it available for everybody. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Listen, we can keep going, but I'm not going to hold you long. Miss Natasha, Miss Frances, I appreciate you. Miss Octavia, I see you. Miss Octavia, you want to come on up to the stream? Come on, Miss Octavia. We got a moment. Are you available? Let me see. Now, you know she just got on Clubhouse. I know she don't know how to do it. Let me see. Wait a minute. Hey, Miss Octavia. I told y'all Miss Octavia was in the studio. Okay, Miss Octavia. Listen, it's okay. It's okay. We love you. I appreciate you for supporting Miss Natasha and Miss Frances. And I know that your child is getting everything they need. And I'm just excited to know that you are really, really supporting your child and supporting these ladies. I'm about to get teared up. Keep your face covered, Miss Octavia. We love you. Miss Octavia, I'm also following you here on Clubhouse, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you more. And again, I see you. Y'all don't see her, but I see her. Miss Octavia, I want everybody to see you on October 24th, if possible. Ladies, thank you again so much. Comments are still coming in. Hello, Miss Alicia. Hello, Attorney Janice. Hello to everybody else. Miss Patty. Hello to Miss Charity. Hello to Miss Shannon. Hello to everybody who's been checking in. You know, I'm still working this all out. Hello to everybody who's been listening in live with us on Clubhouse. We have a lot of people who came in. Miss Chanel, Miss Chelsea, Miss Vanetta, Miss Cynthia, Miss Della, all of y'all, everybody. Thank you so much for all that you have done. Please go back and listen to the replay. Don't listen to me. Listen to the breathing technique that you received, the journaling activity, and the knowledge of ensuring that you're working with others across the board. So thank you, ladies. Are we good? I don't want to go nowhere. I feel like staying on here.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. I just want to stay right here and see what y'all gonna do tomorrow morning. Like, can you take the camera so I can watch? I want to see Miss Natasha in the classroom with the 3 to 5 year olds, because it is amazing. Again, to not having any experience in early childhood, but to take your passion and expertise and to bring it over to the field, I absolutely love it. So everybody, their website is down right here. Make sure you go on all of their pages and follow them and support them. And trust me, every day, Miss Natasha and another person from the team, they are on IG Live, Facebook, giving information, caring and sharing. And I just want to say thank you to you both, ladies. See y'all later. Oh my God, this has been completely awesome. I am so excited. And I hope that you got some information, some valuable information from tonight here for those that are still on the live with me and also in Clubhouse. I just want to make sure that you are good. As with what Miss Frances stated on today, self-care is important. That's what she stated. It was the 3 things: self-care, your healing, and support. Now, support meaning the professional support. Getting a therapist if you need to get a therapist, or anybody else. But you know that you have a friend in the Early Childhood Educator Circle Time, and you also have friends with the Natalia Rice Academy. So for everybody who has been here on tonight, thank you and good night. Were you still here? Were you waiting on the song? I mean, if you want a song, you want to stay here for a moment, I'll sing you the song. I'll sing you on out, as I do with each and everybody, each and every time. So join us live Monday through Friday on the Clubhouse app. We have circle time every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I invite you to be there with me, because caring means sharing. So hello, and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Hello, and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien. Espero que tú también. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien. Espero que tú también. Now, this goodbye is not a normal goodbye. It is a hello to your future, a hello to what is to come, a hello to recognizing yourself and also helping others. So again, thank you for all that you've done and tuning in with us on tonight. So hello,